Welcome to Present Poetry, a podcast where we sit back, relax, and enjoy some poets of the past and present. I'm your host, Erin Crittenden, and before we get started on this week's episode, I want to remind you that all of the material used in this podcast is either public domain or used with permission from the author or the author's estate. It's a fun time for all ages, so sit back, relax, and get ready to hear this week's featured poet. This week's featured poet is Aunt Mac. Aunt Mac has been a poet and writer for over 30 years. He writes for both adults and children, and has been published in a number of poetry magazines, journals, and anthology, including The Coffee People, The Pavement magazine, Eclipse Lit, ANU, Open Door, The Wise Owl, and the Space Cadet Review. He has also written 2 children's books, The Tale of Little Beak and Toby and Ben. He has also published 2 poetry collections, When Nature Calls, Sea, Air, and Land, and, more recently, Down the Hatch, A Rhyming History of Drinks. We are reading a few of his poems that he submitted to us through the form at presentpoetry.com. This poem is called Grandpa. My grandpa was a prophet. I wonder if he knew. I know the things he polished. He never had a clue. Best to do things honest. Force to a wrinkled brow. The creases fold to solace. We are what we allow. A pillow under shovel. When damp wood smells of earth. His epitaph a puzzle. He gave it all his worth. This poem is called A Game of Two Halves. When handshakes lean towards a side, the tension breaks down deep inside. The battlefield, with blades of grass, decision sealed to duel at last. For those who pass will split formations, momentum past the weight of nations. Acceleration on the ball, whistles past the voice that called. And if it stalls, no yield of crop, the player's ball worth every drop. But where it stops, be sure to bet, defense is flopped, it's in the net. This poem is called The Journey. Faces, places, where to go, tired of waiting, work from home. Sardines packed, when tempers flare, the language lingers in the air. Seats are sacred, aisles blocked, standing room, the doors are locked. Losing pounds, the heat intense, we wonder where the money's spent. Destinations, no mean feat, cancellations make us weep. Delayed arrivals might be fine, it's just survival and our time. All in union, peak time spike, feel the impact when they strike. Change location, A to B, train for buses, walk with me. This poem is called Open Gallery. Artists in discussion, as connoisseurs critique, hear them play percussion, taps echo through the street. Painted, tainted smiles, the brushes sharp to reach. Though pigment stays a while, the surplus in a heap. Each canvas tells a story, the bristles quick to speak, where models mourn in glory, a vibrant blur to streak. The sketch was etched on paper, and written on the feet, the concentration labored, when figures hide and seek. This poem is called I See Freeze. Stand still before you start. There's something here to pick apart. Where are you from and what's your name? You fit the description and all look the same. Is that your phone? Any ID? Don't like the way you're responding to me. Empty your pockets. Don't make a fuss. I know your sort. Do I need the cuffs? Keep your hands well out of the way. Are you obstructing me today? I need to conduct a more thorough search. Don't try to struggle. You'll make things worse. Follow me close, into the van. Now touch your toes. I know you can. Trying to run? Just grab him quick and snap these tightly on his wrist. Hold him down. He wants to struggle. He's swallowed something and blowing bubbles. Grab his throat to make him spit. Sit on his back. These ones can kick. Lean on its head. It's saying something. Now out of breath, and we have nothing. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Present Poetry Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, feel free to like us, leave a review, or share us on social media. If you are a poet or you know someone who is, we would love to hear from you. You can reach out to us or submit your work through our website, which is www.present-poetry.com. Again, that is www.present-poetry.com. We can't wait to hear from you.